Welcome back to news you're just not seeing enough of in the United States. We have some breaking news coming out of the U.S. right now. The Trump regime has deemed Maduro as a terrorist organization. And so this now gives the Trump regime the right to go in and bomb inside of Venezuela without needing a congressional declaration of war. As after that designation, B-52 bombers out of North Dakota were sent to Venezuela and met up with FA-18E fighter jets who were their escort, essentially, to Venezuela. We have about a third of our naval fleet now in the Caribbean surrounding Venezuela, as well as 2 aircraft carriers. But even that's not the most important thing that's happened in the last 15 hours. Your biggest indication that something is amiss right now and something's about to happen is not the FAA saying that airspace over Venezuela is dangerous and major airlines canceling flights, but the fact that our troops have just had their leave canceled for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Our troops near and around Venezuela have had their leave canceled. They've been told they cannot go home for Thanksgiving and Christmas as a result of pending sort of land and ground invasions, if you will, that we should expect to see happening in the next week to 5 weeks. We've already been warned, right? Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, they've all already said, if we go in to Venezuela and we start messing around in Venezuela, we will see responses on U.S. soil. And while these things have not been formally deemed terrorist actions, we have the fire and then explosion of toxic chemicals at the port in Los Angeles. Earlier this week, just this weekend, we had the munitions factory in Tennessee that exploded that was processing the order to Ukraine. We have major bridges that have gone down, not just the bridge in Baltimore. We've also seen several attacks on our infrastructure, our phones going down, power going down, rolling blackouts. Y'all seeing a pattern here? DHS told us in their threat level assessment for 2025 that we would start to see more and more of these actions happening on soil. People attacking the infrastructure, people attacking water, people attacking our power grid. So aside from all the stuff that we've done to it by overloading it with these new data centers while not upgrading the grid itself, we also have all of these other actors. We have Iran, who told us when we were warming inside their country earlier this year that they would respond. And not necessarily that they were going to respond in that moment immediately, but that they would respond and the American people would feel it. I cannot stress enough, and for those of you who are like, she's pushing a product, you're damn right I am. I am pushing this because if you don't have supplies in your house, they're talking about going to war in this week. Thanksgiving is in 3 days. They're talking about potentially going to war in Venezuela, invading Venezuela this week. So if you don't have supplies in your house, this book helps you get there, the Navy SEALs Plug-in Guide. If you don't know what supplies you need, get the book. I didn't know what supplies to need. I'm a lawyer, not a prepper, okay? I didn't know, but I could see the patterns that were coming up. I taught Project 2025 as sort of an aside during class that had all of these things that were dealing with family law. And I thought it could be helpful for my class to see what this proposed law was. Reading Project 2025, I moved my family out of the United States. I was teaching, we read it around April. By June, I had moved out of the United States. Let me put some patterns together for you. I didn't know what I needed in terms of the best self-defense or what kinds of meals I needed to have in my house or how to properly store food. These aren't things they teach you in law school. But I got a book because I saw it on TikTok And it has helped me put together some supplies here in my house to feel stable. I'm trying to make sure y'all are good. Okay, because the patterns are already here. Follow, share, engage with this content. This was our breaking news for right now. Please be mindful. Please, please, please get some supplies in your home. Preparation is not about being scared. It's about being prepared. That's it. It's about being prepared. And the worst thing that can happen is that you eat some food or you have some extra water in your home. It doesn't hurt you to be prepared. As always, stay safe.